Joining us now is Ikiya, and she specializes in planning intimate weddings. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. And the title of your company is Intimate Occasions by Ikiya.
It sure is.
Lovely. You started this company 5 years ago.
Yes.
What made you decide to do it?
So the spur of the pandemic, truthfully, because at that time they had shut down so much of everything, and weddings, any weddings, anywhere, it just wasn't possible to happen. So I was thinking, why not focus on smaller weddings? It's what we're gonna have to kind of pivot to in those times. And it's actually become a not recent trend, but since then it's become more popular.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing. I love that. And it was a perfect niche because I myself had an intimate wedding.
You did? How many people?
50.
50.
50.
Okay. So is it like 100 and under? Like, where's your break-off point?
It is. So 100 and under is the general kind of guest count that you look for an intimate wedding. And then 50 and under is what you call a micro wedding, but that's more recent in the past few years, but generally under 100.
Lovely. So congratulations. So are you're married, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's happened, right? How did you get engaged? What was that moment?
So, it was very simple. I have never been one of those girls who want any kind of public anything.
Okay.
So it was very small in my mom's house. We had already talked about it, and I already knew I wanted to get my own ring. So I got my own ring. And when it finally arrived, and I was like, oh my gosh, and he was like, well, we have to do the moment. And he did it right there in the living room with my mom there.
Amazing.
And yeah, it just happened. It was perfect.
Okay, now what was it about your bling that you wanted to pick out for yourself? Like, what was it about that?
I've always loved weddings.
Okay.
Always. So I, as a little girl, had a folder of the type of wedding rings that I would want. And of course it's differed since then, but I just knew I wanted something unique. I knew I wanted something different, and I knew I didn't want to spend a ton of money. So
okay, you wanted to have the look, but at an affordable price for you.
Yeah, and something just personally that I loved. I loved the look of it, and I love my husband. Not sure he would have been able to pick my ring though.
Perfect. So you're actually a bride or a groom's best friend, is what I hear from you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what you're doing is you're really there to be like, okay, let me tell you how it is, and this is what you can do, and this is how you can have an amazing experience, right, on any type of budget.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So whether it's a big budget, small budget, but as long as it's under 100 guests, you're the person to handle it all.
That
lovely.
Is, yes.
So I liked, because I was reading some research and it says, let's grab a frozen margarita and plan your intimate wedding. Okay, so you just want to meet with them, kind of customize something. What's one of the most unique things you've ever implemented at an intimate wedding where you were just like, wow, that turned out so great?
Let me see. I actually have an upcoming wedding that is doing one of the most unique things that I've seen. They're having a micro wedding, 16 guests, and they're thinking about having a magician show up for their wedding and do like an hour-long show for their 16 guest wedding.
Wonderful.
He's a magician.
Okay.
So he's in that world, and I thought that was so perfect and so unique. I had never heard of a magician for a wedding. That's awesome, and it ties so well into their love story, and that's really what you want for an intimate wedding.
The magic of love.
The magic of love, the uniqueness of you guys together, the celebration of it all. That's what you want.
Fabulous. So do you also help them find a venue? Is it like everything from the moment they begin the planning all the way to the end?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a few different packages, but the industry standard is typically wedding management, which is day of coordination, and that's where you're more hands-off. The couple plans their own, selects their venue, selects their vendors, their design, all of that good stuff, and you jump in to help them coordinate.
Making sure that the florist has got the boutonnieres and just whatever.
Exactly.
Somebody
Make sure
needs
the
a
timeline
hem
is going.
sewn.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Hiding all the little wedding emergencies, all of those little things.
So that's day of.
That's day
So you
of.
offer day of, and you also offer everything.
And yes, so we also offer everything, and that you're there from the beginning. That's the full service package, and you're there to help you select the venue, go to venue visits, decide on them. Vendors, kind of curate your own special vendor list. Create a design that is totally unique to you guys. One of my favorite parts of wedding planning. And then, of course, that also includes the coordination of the day. And
Sounds like fun. I used to belong to, I used to do Joey and Mary's Irish Italian wedding dinner theater. So every weekend it was like a wedding. I mean, it was
Love that.
scripted, but it was still so much fun because I got to dance, you know, we
Yeah.
got to eat the cake. It was a lot of fun.
All the fun
So,
parts.
all the fun parts.
Yeah.
Very nice to have you here. Thank you
you.
so much. You made me laugh before we started rolling because you said to me, and it's the first time any guest has ever said this, you looked at me, you said, you know, Donna, like, you have the same similar personality, and if I was a talk show host, I guess I would be you, right?
That would be me.
I love that.
Absolutely.
It was really nice to meet you, Ikiya. Stay tuned for more. We're living it up. And if I had a different job, I'd want her job. I could be your wedding planner for your intimate occasion.
Honored.
Be well. Bye, guys.